Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Kingston outdoor hanging lantern. This is the 356840. A lot of people are going to use this inside because it's such a pretty piece. Remember, you can use outdoor stuff inside, you just can't use inside stuff outside. Very good detail there. 18 inches high, 9.6 inches square. It's going to be hanging from, to begin with, 1 foot of chain is going to come automatically with it, as well as the canopy that's going to go on the ceiling. I'll get into this in just a second. If you guys need more chain, and it's going to have about 12 feet of wire, if you're going to need more chain, just contact me and I can give you details about that. If you're going to be using this inside, I can actually use the indoor chain, which is a little different material, but looks the same. But if you're going to be using it inside, call me and I will walk you through that too. Okay? Canopy up on the ceiling, 5 inches square. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This is only 16 pounds, so there's no weight restriction. Just hangs from a normal box. If you want to see more details on this and kind of an interior view, how we do that is we look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on this side of the screen, midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you lots of nice details about canopy. It's going to show you chain, and chain has a little seam on the side of one of the long sides right there. You can barely even see it. So your installer is going to have a tool called a chain separator that can open and close that chain. Like I said, if you need more, contact me. It's not a big deal. Other things you're going to see on that install instructions, you're going to see lamping, which we'll get into in a second, how to put it all together. Just a nice way for you to see all this before you buy it. So there's a lot of good details with these line drawings that you get to see inside that you can't see from a photograph. Okay, so the plates that are behind the socket, you'll see there are these plates back there, and that's called the accent. And they're going to be available in 2 different finishes, especially for this fixture, mind you. Translucent vintage platinum is going to be one of them, so that's a silvery one, and a translucent vintage gold. Soft gold. Translucent vintage platinum, translucent soft gold. Those are your 2 options for this back plate itself. The rest of the fixture you can get in all of the regular Hubbardton Forge coastal finishes, which I'll talk about later in the video. Okay, so sockets. So you're going to have 4 of these. This is going to be using the smaller chandelier socket. The socket itself is going to be encased in metal, so the same finish as the rest of the fixture. Remember, this is the smaller type B, okay, chandelier. I suspect that most of you guys are going to use LEDs, but you can still use old school incandescents. If you do that, you're going to be limited to 4 60-watt incandescents, okay, remember that. And you can do frosted or you can do clear. If you guys want to do LEDs, this is an LED. It's got a little flame tip on the top, which is really pretty. I think this is probably a 20-watt equivalent. If there were more of these little phosphorus strips inside, like that guy, see how there's 4 of them in there? Then that would probably be a 40-watt equivalent. Most of these are going to max out at 60-watt equivalents. And when you get into these kind of bulbs, these are dimmable too. It's just you want to tell your installer that you're doing an LED fixture so they can put the right dimmer on the wall. But you can get this in frosted, you can get it in clear, you can get it with a flame tip, you can get it as a torpedo. See that? Little torpedo, blunt end on it. And this has got 4 of those phosphorus strips inside. So just remember that when you get into bulbs. And the other thing is I talk about all the time the color temperature of the light coming out of LED is really important. So educate yourself on all that. The light coming down on my hand is 3,000 Kelvin. That's considered a warm white, kind of like the incandescents we all grew up with. If you like that cooler, whiter daylight, that's that bluer, whiter light. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000. When you're out looking at bulbs and you pick up the box, you'll see there's a little chart on the bottom. Lower numbers are going to be warmer, higher numbers are going to be cooler. So remember, let's see. Yeah, 3,000 Kelvin is going to be way down here. That's going to be the warmth of an incandescent, and then way up here is going to be that 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin, which is going to be that bluer light. So I think we touched on most of the really important things. Chain's important. The finishes on the accent are important. Very important. Canopy's important. And then the size of the fixture. So we've touched on pretty much everything we needed to touch on, except finishes, which is coming up right now. Same kind of idea. They only use aircraft grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting, and the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in harsh extreme weather. When you go out and you're out in the world, look up and you'll see those jet airlines flying up there way above your head. They're all made out of aluminum for a reason, because it holds up beautifully, it welds beautifully, it doesn't rust, it's very light, and it's just the best material to use outside. So on top of that, they have developed these outdoor baked epoxy powder coats that can go over this and make them pretty much indestructible, and we're going to talk about that right now. So how they do this, you'll notice in the picture next to me, there's a picture of a woman, and she's actually shooting powdered finish at the fixture, and they take the fixture, let's say this is the fixture to begin with, okay? They wire it up with a wire here, a wire coming down. They run a small amount of electricity through it to make it positive. And what that does, it makes it attract everything around it. So when she's over there spraying little bits of powdered finish, what it's going to do, it's going to go over the entire fixture. It's going to get into every nook, every cranny, top, bottom, sides, the whole thing. They're going to take that fixture, they're going to put it into an oven. That's going to melt that down and make it into a hard epoxy shell. And it makes it, incredibly strong. Because they do this, and these things have been tested in these wind chambers where they have shot, salty seawater at them, basically, because that's what's going to happen on a beach, right? Where a lot of these things are going to end up. They had to really do that to make sure that they're going to hold up for you. And because they have done that, they offer the best warranty for the entire lighting industry. And you can see that over on the left-hand side of your screen. Limited lifetime warranty for residential use, and check it out, and it'll really make you feel better about their products. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about our showroom in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We actually have a What's on Display page on our website. It's over on the red tabs over on the left-hand side of your screen, so you can open up that and check it out. Showroom has also a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal for you. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you guys are going to come visit us, do me a favor, bring a big SUV, if you can, if you have one, only because the boxes are set up for shipping. Measure everything you can think of. So measure with a measuring tape, measure your ceilings, measure counters, tables, distances between junction boxes and things like ceilings, because if you're looking, you want to make sure when you're looking at these things that they're going to be able to be used by you for your needs, okay? And then also bring an iPad. If you guys are doing a project and you have a tablet laying around at home, take pictures with that. Take pictures, and you can bring that tablet in, and we can go through all those pictures together and look and see what you guys are doing, and I can help you out on that, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, generally big things on pallets and custom things, are going to be non-returnable. We'll always tell you that on the page for it, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on top of all that, we offer a rush program. So in order for you to get all of these different finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. It takes generally about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it is super, super inexpensive. A lot of people don't even know about it. If you want to know about it, the best thing to do is just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. You can also call 802-446-2400 during business hours. And so I'm here every day except Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to talk to me. And then you can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So I think that kind of wraps things up on this. You guys have any questions at all, let me know. Thank you for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.